Well, folks, you know what they say about pressure? It can either burst pipes or make diamonds. And in the world of football, pressure is a constant companion. Now, my nephew Arch, he's got more pressure on him than a deep-sea diving football. Imagine carrying the weight of a legacy on your shoulders every time you step onto the field. Being a Manning in the football world is like being a Kennedy in politics. You're born with expectations higher than a giraffe in a limbo contest. The name itself carries a history of greatness, a legacy of champions. And let me tell you, the kid's got guts. He's got the heart of a lion and the determination of a marathon runner. Stepping onto that field for his first college game, it was like stepping into an arena filled with gladiators, each one ready to test his mettle. All eyes were on him, waiting to see if he'd crumble like a stale cracker or rise like a perfectly thrown Hail Mary. The anticipation was palpable, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife. Now, I'm not gonna lie, those first few minutes, they were rough. The pressure was immense, and it showed. Let's just say even I, a seasoned veteran, was sweating a little watching from the sidelines. The coaches were on edge, the fans were holding their breath, and every move he made was under the microscope. But then, something incredible happened. Arch found his rhythm. He started to play with the confidence and skill that runs in his blood. The crowd erupted, the coaches sighed in relief, and the legacy of the Mannings continued to shine. In that moment, he wasn't just a kid under pressure. He was a Manning, living up to the name, and proving that sometimes pressure doesn't just make diamonds, it makes legends. Look, we've all been there. Those moments when the pressure is on and you can feel your heart pounding in your chest. First day at a new school, big presentation at work, or even just meeting new people for the first time. And let's not forget the classic struggle of trying to parallel park in front of a crowd of onlookers, all eyes on you. Sometimes the nerves hit you so hard, it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. And for Arch, it seemed like those first snap jitters hit harder than a linebacker with a caffeine addiction. The first few throws? Well, they were a sight to behold. Let's just say they weren't exactly finding their way into the hands of our receivers. It was like the ball had a mind of its own. One even bounced off a helmet and went flying into the stands. It was like watching a comedy of errors unfold right before our eyes. Heck, I think I saw it take off with a hot dog vendor for a second there. The poor guy didn't know what hit him. Now some folks might say it was just nerves. After all, everyone gets a little shaky under pressure, right? Me, I'm starting to think someone messed with his Gatorade. Maybe it was a prank, or maybe it was just a bad batch. But whatever it was, it sure made for an unforgettable game. In the end, we all had a good laugh about it. Sometimes, it's these unexpected moments that bring a team closer together. And who knows, maybe next time, Arch will double-check his Gatorade before taking that first snap. But here's the thing about Arch. He's got that Manning grit. You knock him down, he gets back up, dusts himself off, and slings a 50-yarder right between the goalposts. And that's exactly what he did. Second quarter, he starts getting into a rhythm. Completions, touchdowns, the crowd's going wild. It was like watching a young thoroughbred finally hit its stride. By the end of the game, the kid had thrown for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Yeah, you heard that right, 3 touchdowns. Remember, this is his first game, folks. Talk about a comeback story. Section 4. Fun football facts with Uncle Peyton. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into some of the most fascinating and fun football facts that you might not know. So buckle up and get ready for a touchdown of knowledge. Now I know what you're thinking, Peyton. You're just a proud uncle. You'd say anything to hype up the game and your family. And you know what? You're right. But that doesn't mean these facts aren't worth sharing. Let's start with some impressive stats. Did you know that the longest completed pass in NFL history was 99 yards? That's right, 99 yards. That's almost the entire length of the field. Imagine the precision and power needed to make that happen. Speaking of the field, have you ever wondered how much ground a player covers during a game? On average, a football player runs about 1.25 miles per game. Now Arch, you got a ways to go to beat that 99-yard pass, but hey, a Manning can dream, right? And dreams are where greatness begins. And speaking of dreams, you know what I dreamt about after that game? A big old plate of chicken parmesan. There's nothing like a hearty meal to refuel after a tough game. Hey, a quarterback's gotta eat. And remember, whether you're on the field or off, always give it your best shot. Until next time, keep dreaming big and playing hard. Section 5. The future is bright and hopefully orange. All jokes aside, I'm incredibly proud of Arch. Not just for the stats, but for the heart he showed. That's the Manning spirit right there. This was just the first game, folks. A taste of what's to come. And if this is any indication of what the future holds, well, let's just say I might need to invest in a bigger trophy case. Go get him, Arch. Uncle Peyton's always in your corner. Now, who wants to talk about offensive line formations?